And we're live. Good morning, my naysayers. Okay, so it is another day. If you have not thanked Jesus Christ for waking you up and starting you on your day, I strongly suggest you do so right now. Okay, so today we are reviewing Real Housewives of Potomac, season 6, episode 3. And I know I'm a couple days late, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Okay. So we start off with Robin waking up her children 3 minutes before class starts. Now, no judgment because I don't have children and I don't know that life. But what I will say is, one, you got a lot of nerve. I understand that you and Robin are together and you expect, I guess, because you go to work and she's more on the entrepreneurial side, that she is the one that's responsible for the children in the morning and during the day. But I just feel like it would have been more conducive to your children's success if you being there and you already being awake, if you had just, I don't know, hey y'all, wake up, we got class. All that time you spent berating Robin like she was your third child, like I feel like it was just a waste of time. Now I also feel like it was a rehearsed kind of storyline kind of thing, because we all know that reality stars must have a storyline in order to stay on a show. And because both of you are boring AF, I'm pretty sure that part of that was possibly a storyline. But since that's what y'all gave us, that's what we're going to discuss. And I just feel like, Juan, again, fuck you, I'm sick of you. And like, I've really been trying to let you ride because you're a Libra, and I know that Libras mean well, but at the same time, like, I just want you to get the fuck on somewhere, Juan. Honestly, come close, Juan. I want you to go away. I understand that you and Robin have history. I understand that you and Robin share children, but that's never going to change. When you and Robin got divorced, I'm sure that you guys realized that, and then I'm assuming your kids were small because y'all been divorced for quite some time now. So my prayer for you, Juan, is for you to quit faking the funk. Ever since you've been on the show, you've been a big enigma. We've all been trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with Juan. And the fact that you sat up here and proposed to that woman knowing good and damn well you have no interest in remarrying her, I have to categorize you as a fuck nigga, among other things. I just really just do, okay? So, and word of advice, if you have a problem with the time that Robin is waking the children up, and if you're at home, how about you just fucking wake them up because you're their father, okay? Okay. And Robin, sis, get some therapy, please. Like, you are a member of the pandemic just like the rest of us, and it definitely catapulted a lot of us into a depression for different reasons, and I understand. But if you are still in that space, which I hope you're not, but if you are still in that space, I really hope and pray that you move forward, because you do have children. Fuck Juan and his shit, but you do have two children that do need to be up on time for class. Hopefully in Potomac, they'll be going back to physical school come August, September, so you won't have that problem anymore, so to speak. But yeah, I'm just kind of over y'all, to be honest. Like, if this was y'all last season, I just really wouldn't be mad, because it just seemed like a ghetto ass relationship that threw some money on top of it, and here we are. So then we have the Grand Dame and Ray. The Grand Dame, also known as Karen, she's having her this like Zoom meeting with, I guess, potential clients or customers or whatever. She's discussing her new wig line. And I'm like, okay, Grand Dame, that's how you do it. You go from the fragrance to the wigs. Then you talking about you going to have a house of beauty. There's going to be some more shit. And I'm like, okay, well, where can I purchase? Where can I purchase, Grand Dame? Because I don't wear wigs, and I hope your shit don't smell old lady. But I fucks with you, Grand Dame. So just let me know. Just let me know. And Grand Dame and Ray, I always gotta remind us that they still young and hip, and they be getting it in, child. Because Ray was like, "Yeah, I love the queen wig," and we like, "Yeah, right." So anyway, Giselle and Ashley, they have lunch, and I'm like, when the fuck did Giselle and Ashley get so close? Like, did I miss something? But anyway, so they have a little lunch and they have tea and crumpets, so to speak. And Ashley, she got to be messy boots, because the only thing messier than her is two boys. Okay, tagline. And she basically tells Giselle that Mia said that, oh, well, she must be just a pretty face when they were at Karen's love party, and Robin and Juan and Giselle did not attend. And so Ashley, of course, she got to get her check for the season, and she definitely let Giselle know what was said by Mia. And so now Giselle is confused because she like, well, damn, she be messaging me happy Valentine's Day and checking on me and shit. So now I'm just a pretty face. I'm confused. And I'm like, you done fucked up now, Mia. You done fucked up now because that green eyed bandit gonna come for you. So anyway, then Giselle voices her concern for Father Time, also known as Michael, because she's like, well, I know how it went the first time you had a child, and now you're pregnant with another child, and we don't need Father Time out here running around the streets embarrassing you and shit. And Ashley's like, well, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and I really trust him, and we've really been good. And I'm just like, OMG. Like, I could never. And the thing is, just because I could never doesn't mean it's right or wrong. But I'm just speaking for me personally because it's my channel and shit. I could never sit up here and be with a man that I cannot trust and that I have to side eye and or pretend not to side eye, especially when he old enough to be my damn grandfather. Like, I just cannot. Like, I thought when you was a young tender and you got with an old geezer, that like the old geezer was like too old for that type of shit. That he was like, I'm all about you now, baby. Like, and then you fuck around and have a kid too. Like, shit, Father Time ain't got no time for that type of shit. He trying to chill. But Michael out here in these streets. And then I don't remember, was it Scotty? I don't know. One of my YouTube friends said, was it Roxy or Jay Lee? I don't know. But one of my YouTube friends said, I know one fucking doesn't even. I don't know. But one of my YouTube friends had showed a picture where Michael was allegedly out with some woman. And I'm like, Michael, don't you get? Don't nobody want your old ass butt, fucking Ashley? Don't you know that anybody that you fuck with, unless you knew them before Ashley, don't really fuck with you, and they just trying to get some clout and expose your ass so that they can get some followers? Like, don't you get that, Father Time? Wake up. So anyway, Giselle tells Ashley that she wants to throw Ashley a pepper party because she's their sunshine. And I'm like, again, where was I at? Because y'all didn't even fuck with Ashley half the time, if my memory serves me correctly. So, okay, clearly I missed something. Y'all feel me in? I don't know. So then Ashley asks Giselle, well, are you okay with Mia and Karen coming to the party? Because, I know that Mia has you fucked up saying you were just a pretty face. And I know that Karen Karen said you had a hot box, so you probably don't want her there either. But I'm cool with them and it's my party, so what's up? And so Giselle being, messy boots number 2, she like, oh, yeah, well, okay. Okay. So then we see Robin. She's at her embellished warehouse with her mom. And we meet Ascala. And I'm like, okay, Ascala. Okay, you cute. And so Ascala's basically helping Robin box up some orders and stuff like that. And so she tells us that because Juan can't take care of the babies, that they just at the house. And since they can't drive, it's all to the good. And I was like, again, I'm not a mother. I don't know how that goes. Okay, girl. So then Wendy shows up in her Gucci basics that she had to let everyone know she was wearing. And we cut to Mia and her husband. And so so anywho, me and her husband are basically discussing how when they were at Karen's love party that Eddie, who's Wendy's husband, basically couldn't look Mia in the eye, and so Wendy need to quit playing like he not attracted to nobody else. And I really feel like he's whipped. Now, honestly, Mia, I feel like he's whipped too. I don't know what type of Nigerian potion she done put in that nigga's coffee, but I definitely feel like Eddie is whipped. Now, to a certain extent, your husband needs to be whipped because men ain't shit and they need to know that if you fuck up, you got to go. But at the same time, I feel like Eddie is special kind of whipped. Eddie like under a trance, under a spell type shit. I don't know, but I ain't mad at you, sis. Keep your man. So anyway, I hope I am not. Okay, so I think that because see, I remember I told you about this notebook and how ass backwards it is. So I think that I'm on the right track. Okay, so Candace and the bonus children have a moment, and then she summons we'll say summons. She summons Chris to make them lunch. And I was like, yeah, that's me as a mother all day. Because, I can cook, but it's just not my favorite thing to do. So I just really foresee my husband handling that. So when it's time for lunch, holla at your daddy. So anywho, Dottie, who was Dorothy, y'all forgive me, all of these names, I'm trying to keep them straight. Dorothy is Candace's mom. And so she calls, being nosy as she always does. And before she even answers the phone, Karen's like, not Karen. Candace is like, well, she's going to say something about you drinking. And Chris reminded us that he had a dick and was like, well, I'm grown. I do what I want. And I was like, thanks. Because why was that even a mention? And I know that parents and aunties and mamas and all that type of shit overstep boundaries, and that's fine. But at the same time, just because they overstep them doesn't mean you have to stand to the side and let them step. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to remind them that, no, there's a boundary line and you just stay over there. Okay. And so they're on the phone and Dorothy's getting into business as always. And I just really wish that Candace would stop telling her every fucking thing. And I know that that's probably something Candace hasn't even thought about, because she's been doing it for so long. So she probably doesn't even recognize that it's a toxic trait. But what I've learned is that if you don't want people to have an opinion about what you're doing, don't give them shit to have an opinion about. Okay, real G's move in silence like lasagna. I'm just saying. Okay, and so, of course, Dorothy mentions the fact that Chris is drinking in the day. And then he gone about his business. And then Candace tells her that Chris is her new husbander, also known as her husband and her manager. And Dorothy's like, well, I don't really recommend that. There's not really a good track record of that type of behavior out here in these streets, so you might want to tread lightly. Candace, of course, immediately takes offense because she's like, well, this is my husband. He wouldn't do that to me, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure all the other women whose husbands was their managers said the same thing. Now, I'm not saying that Michael would do, wrong white man, Chris would do that, but I don't know Chris. I don't know nothing about Chris, none of that shit. So I don't know. But what I will say is, even though Dorothy isn't always my favorite person, I will say that I don't really disagree with her warning. And honestly, I know that people like to keep it in the family and they don't want to run the risk of being scammed or taken advantage of. But at the same time, Candace, you're a new artist, okay? So if you're really trying to do this acting and music thing full time, I would suggest that you hire someone who's qualified to do that. And last time I checked, Chris is a chef. And last time I checked, you weren't trying to be a chef. So I kind of feel like you might want to find someone who is an expert or at least has experience in what it is that you actually need. Because a chef husband, I don't think that's the plan unless it's inside the house. And what I'm thinking is you're trying to go outside the house and be famous. So I just kind of feel like, Chris might not be that husbander, but that ain't none of my business. So then we have Wendy and Karen, who I'm trying to figure out when became friends. But Wendy and Karen, they have a business meeting about Wendy's new home essential line. And I must say that I definitely do like the packaging. I do like how the candle looks and everything. I agree with Karen. It is very classy based. However, so Wendy, your Gemini is showing your waywardness. Oh, I don't know. I just want to do this part. I don't know about that. A budget. What's a budget? And a business plan. Oh no, a paragraph. Like, girl, don't get me wrong. As a businesswoman myself, the details and the semantics can really get overwhelming. But my thing is, you were, what's the word I'm looking for? You were smashing down our throats that you had 4 degrees last season, okay? And so just like you had that same energy to remind us on a regular basis how qualified you were, I feel like if you are really trying to take this dive into entrepreneurship, and you really want this business to grow and flourish, I feel like you should probably have that same energy. Because one thing that me and everybody else knows is Wendy got 4 degrees. So I feel like if you're really trying to be Zen Win and have this home essential line, that's all the fuck we need to hear about the next 15 episodes. Because That's what branding is. So if this is really what you're trying to do, then fucking do it. And I know people are like, well, she got 4 degrees. Why is she doing home essentials now? She just doing shit. Not necessarily. Again, like I said in my previous video, just because people may be, educated in a certain way and have a certain level of education and a certain amount of degrees and qualifications, it doesn't mean that they don't have an artistic side. And that's why there's so many people in professions that are miserable AF, because they don't tap into that side. And a lot of times they don't do that because they have moms like Wendy and co-workers and whatever that put this pressure on them and make them feel as though this is the box that you're in. You're going to fucking stay in that box. And so I appreciate Wendy exploring other options, but I feel like, Wendy, if you're going to explore them and you're going to actually want to make a business model out of them and make them into lucrative businesses, I feel like you should, take the time to do so. Don't just make up shit and take the camera house and want everybody to clap for you and move on. Like, business is a motherfucker. It really is. It really is. Like, it really is. And if anyone out here is on an entrepreneurial journey like myself, you understand it is not a marathon. What do they say? It's not a race, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. In other words, it's always something that needs to be done. It's always something that needs to be perfected. It's always something that needs to be considered, revamped, whatever. So, Wendy, if this is what you really want to do, I support you, but just be serious about it and don't just be out here doing shit. Because if you come up next season talking about you want to have a car lot, I'm canceling your ass. Okay. So then we get to Mia, and she's discussing her co-parenting relationship with her eldest son's father. And I'm like, oh, they look like they had these pictures of her ex and G, who's her current husband. I'm like, damn, he look like he could be the ex's father, and that's their grandpa. Okay. So anyway, that seems to be a good situation going on or whatever. And as a mediator, I'm all about positive co-parenting. These kids don't have anything to do with y'all grown folks' business. So the fact that y'all can come together for the for the children and be positive and non-controversial and just moving forward and trying to pour into these children as a family and things like that. Like, I'm here for that. So good for y'all. So Mia also reveals to us her relationship with her mother and how her mother was basically, was she on drugs? I didn't write down specifically that she was on drugs, but she wasn't there. So I'm not going to say she was on drugs because I don't want to lie, but I will say that the mom was not there and Mia was, neither one of her parents were there. And she was entered into the foster system and she stayed on the floor waiting on her mom. Her mom never came and she wrote her mom letters and her mom never wrote back whether she got them or not. And my heart just went out to Mia. And it really, just like I said on the first episode, it really helped me understand her better because, not having your mom, your biological mom in your life, especially for no real reason, really fucks with you. It really does. It really just makes you feel like, damn, is it me? Am I not good enough? And of course, same thing with fathers, but really as a woman, your mom, because that's your first role model. That's your first God-given role model. So when that person, as a woman, when that person gives you up or leaves you or, basically creates false promises and, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and it doesn't do it, it really, really, really fucks with you on a different special type of level. And so it really helped me understand why Mia, first of all, married an old ass man and why she's gotten all this work done and why she's so, she has to be so iced out and fabulous and everything, because a lot of times people do those type of things. One, because, okay, cool, I'm finally in the place in my life where I'm safe. And then also because when I was growing up, I didn't have that type of love and support. Now I have it. I want to just shout it from the rooftop. So it really helped me understand me. And also it really, like I said, it makes you feel like, am I not good enough? Am I ugly? What's wrong with me? And that actually really helps me understand why Mia has gotten all this work done, because I think Mia is beautiful. And so I think she's probably always been. So I don't understand why she even, and then she has an old ass husband. Old ass men don't care about all that shit. So the fact that she's done that, all of those things are internal for her. And I feel like they're just things to make her feel better moving forward so that she could feel worthy and she could feel loved and that she could feel like, well, if I look like this and if I do this and I have this type of money, this type of status, nobody will leave me. Nobody will hurt me. Nobody, so I get you, Mia. I get you. And so Karen and Candace, they then meet at Candace's home. Karen's come over for the first time since Candace moved out her mommy house. And they discuss yet again Karen not automatically taking Candace's side after Monique beat up Candace's wig. And so I'm really over that storyline. Monique is not on the show anymore. Monique has moved on with her life. R.I.P. T'Challa. And we need to stop talking about Monique. Okay. Candace, you done bought pills and potions and post-it notes to try to get through this. You sang, you on TV, you done made movies. Like, bitch, move on. Okay. You don't have no brain damage. Your wig was still intact. Monique ain't on the show no more. What the entire fuck more do you want? Karen is old enough to be your mother. If you really think that you're going to sit up here and convince this woman to see things your way, you are sadly mistaken. And I need you to get the entire fuck over it. Candace, damn. Do you really think that you are the only person in the world that has got beaten up before? No. Do you think you're the only person that's got beaten up on reality TV? No. They brought you back. You got a storyline. You got a house. You got these kids. You got jobs. Move the fuck on. And if you don't want Karen in your space because you don't trust her, then don't invite her to your space. But the fact that you still trying to make this woman be on your side is bonkers to me. And Karen, Grand Dame, I love you, but quit explaining yourself to this little fucking spoiled ass brats. Stop. We learned last year when the shit happened, there was no accountability on Candace's side whatsoever. And I'm gonna tell you like this because I wasn't reviewing the show back when it happened, so I'm gonna just give y'all a little snippet on how I feel. Candace deserved to get her ass drugged just like the fuck she did. Fight me on it. I know that there's this big divisive issue like, oh my gosh, they're grown women. Monique shouldn't have done that. It wasn't that serious. Don't put your hands on her. Let me tell you something. If that bitch would have had me fucked up as much as Candace had Monique fucked up and she got all up in my face like that, some drag me, I probably hit the one, probably with the 1, 2, 2, the fucking just like Monique did, because everybody, like Funky Donnie even said when he reviewed it, everyone isn't built like that. You come, like you said, Candace, you come from a country club community. Everyone doesn't, especially us, don't always come from country club communities. Some of us come from fucking hood ass communities that will beat your ass if you keep getting in my personal space like that. And that's just on period. So Candace, sweetheart, love bug, if you don't want to get dragged, don't ask people to fucking drag you. Because I'm just saying, had you not been trying to be Miss Puffin stuff, like you were so big with your little ass, you might not have got drugged. But when you keep telling somebody who already is up to here with your shit to drag you, you might just get drugged. Period. Moving on. Okay. So then the ladies meet up at Giselle's pamper party for Ashley, and the theme is yellow, since Ashley's their sunshine. And I mean, I guess, child, because I don't understand when the fuck that happened. Like, Ashley was one of y'all main targets ever since y'all find out her husband was 50 years older than her. So, I mean, okay. I think it was, honestly, for me, it was a reality show moment. Hey, Giselle, you need to put on a party for this season. What's up? And she like, She went sat in her thinking chair and she think. And she was like, oh, Ashley's pregnant. I'm going to throw her a pamper party. Everybody wins. Okay, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. But let's not pretend like y'all just love Ashley like that. But I understand the pregnant woman trance. You know what I'm saying? I done got cool with a pregnant bitch that I didn't even fuck with before just because she was pregnant. Because it's like, oh, you having a baby, all baby. But at the end of the day, the bitch still had me fucked up. So that shit don't matter. Okay. So then they play the pregnant picture game, and Giselle had everyone send in a photo of them when they were pregnant. And I thought that was cute. I was like, if I ever have a party like that, I'll probably do something like that. And so Giselle has foot facials for the ladies, and I was like, damn, I want one of those. Like, I really, really want one of those. And so then when she comes in, it gives Maria gives Mia this like rehearsed ass read, and she ain't the one, and I'm Zen when I'm like, girl, did you perfect it in the car on your way here? But okay. And so then Ascali, shit, it's not Ascali. What is her name? Because I had Ascala. I think that's her name. Ascala, who is Robin's Nigerian friend I mentioned earlier, she basically tried to secure her spot on the show, and she repeated what Robin said to her about Karen drinking too much. And the Grand Dame answered the question with grace that she always does. She's like, well, let me tell you about that, and blah, 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 because Karen be lying. We love you, but we know you be lying. So I don't really care what she said after that. I was just more so stuck on the fact, damn, Mascala, you just got here. Like, how you know? And it's like, my thing is, I wouldn't even feel comfortable repeating no shit like that. Like, if I was in a scholar's position, first of all, I'm getting real Fallon Portia vibes, because I'm trying to figure out where the fuck a scholar come from. Like, we meet her through Robin. When the fuck did Robin have other friends? So it's like now, a scholar's helping me. And so, Robin, if a scholar end up with one, I wouldn't, but I'm gonna just lay that alone. So anyway, a scholar basically repeats what Robin says about Karen, and it's like, well, it was mentioned that you drink heavily and blah blah blah, and I'm just like, so that's how you're gonna reality TV. Okay. And I just wondered, like, how she probably don't feel no type of way, because my question is like, how does Robin feel about that? But I mean, yeah, that's what y'all do. So she probably didn't feel no types of ways about it. That was probably the plan the whole entire time. So then the episode basically ends with Giselle leaving her own party early, and the ladies just pretty much, chit-chatting and kikiing about that. So I mean, episode was okay. It wasn't like the best I've ever seen, but it wasn't the worst either. So but that's typically how early episodes of the season are. They kind of build us up to the real drama and everything. So with all that being said, my lovelies, my naysayers, it has been amazing, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'm so glad that you guys came through to kick it with me this morning, and I hope you have a beautiful week. Have a